Does something smell off to you? It's the Friday night drink and draw off week. Brought to you by Comments.
Hey, and it worked. Went to the screen. I forgot to warn everyone, you can hear us on videos if we play any more. Welcome to Drink and Draw, the off week. We are here to draw Speedball or his alter ego Penance, and we have Shannon as our host. So this is the Shannon week. Woo-hoo. Or Shan.
Gracias, senor. Hello, bienvenido a Oh, hang on. Sorry, wrong language setting. Well, hello and welcome to the show. Practice all week for that stupid joke. Anyway, welcome to Friday
We enjoyed it.
I was impressed.
Thank you for interrupting it, Laura. That's Laura's whole point of being on the show. She keeps me humble, and is failing miserably. Yes, welcome to the show. I'll get around to this point eventually. We're here again. We are doing our drink and draw. As Sis already mentioned, our pop culture muse for tonight is a little bit more evidence that I pissed Sis off at some point because it's another goddamn X-Men. It's Speedball, aka Penance. I do have a little bit more information for him at the moment, but my mouse ran out of battery, so I can't open up the Wikipedia article. So we'll move on from there. Once again, joining us is an incredible array of very talented, very creative, and very, very witty people who are going to help us come up with their depictions of our said character and hang out with us for the next hour and a half, give or take. So we're going to go around the circuit as usual. I was going to introduce everybody tonight by reading their LinkedIn profiles, but so we'll start with our first up. We'll do the circuit as usual. We have Ryan Christopher. How are you, Ryan?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. Ryan, you're the host of
Recent Reads.
Thank you. Sis likes his sequential lettering. He's got a little bit of a Stan Lee in there.
Got to use the Stan Lee method.
Exactly. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. All right. So, do you know anything about Speedball or Penance?
Kind of. I know that Speedball is sort of involved in kicking off Civil War. I think it's the New Warriors at the time are involved in the accident that kicks off the big conflict and the Mutant Registration Act and all that sort of stuff. So if you've seen the Marvel movies, they make it the Scarlet Witch, but in the actual comics, it's the New Warriors and it's Speedball.
Yeah, as much as I enjoy the Civil War movie, it felt like there wasn't quite enough people there to have a war. It was more like a neighborhood dispute.
It was a dozen people fighting in an airport.
It was a civil police action.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us tonight, mate. Next to Ryan, we have Travis Richardson. Thanks for joining us tonight, Travis. How are you doing?
Hey, Shannon. Good to meet you, buddy. I've wanted to catch up on your show tonight and, do Speedball. So, thank you so much for letting me come on tonight.
Thank you. I'll take all the credit, even though I did none of the work. Are you a little bit of a fan of Speedball?
Not really, but if you'd asked my younger self, he would have probably shown you this. Can you see that?
Yep. Oh, it's a Thunderbolts.
Yeah, Thunderbolts. Yeah, so he was in here. And all I can remember was the art, because I remembered it being bloody fantastic. And the story just went over my head. But, what I do know about Penance and Speedball as we get on with him tonight, were more or less the themes surrounding the character and just more the overall, major turn he takes in Civil War. So, I did a bit of homework this week to learn a bit more about the character. So, hey, I learned something. So there you go. That's all I know about him.
Oh, excellent. Well, once again, thanks for joining us tonight. Okay, moving on. We have, I'm going to screw up your last name, Chris. Chris Pitcan?
Yep, Pitcan.
Pitcan. Okay.
That's
Maybe I should have rehearsed that instead of trying to teach myself Spanish all week. Welcome.
No, I don't think so. That was pretty cool.
Okay, welcome and to the show, and thanks for joining us. Have you got any like Speedball stories you could tell us? I should really like reiterate that with Speedball the character.
Yeah. I found out about this character about 2 hours ago when I was asked to join the stream. I like the X-Men, but I like the core group. Big Storm fan, but yeah, no, not heard about this character, but then I was like, glowy orbs all over the place. All right, cool, got it. I can make something of that. But yeah,
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks for.
I know nothing.
I'm glad we are extending your pop culture knowledge. Okay, and along with man, I am having a night. After Chris, we are also joined by the woman who reminds me of being in a comic book store in the 90s, where it's a room full of guys with one chick hiding in the corner. It's Miss Laura Smith. Thank you for joining us, Laura.
You're welcome. I'm glad to bring back the memories from decades ago for you. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
I'm and I'm really, really glad that you always bring your own salt to rub in people's wounds. So it's always.
Well, I wouldn't
really,
use yours for it.
It's always lovely to have you here, Laura. It really is. That came out more sarcastic than I meant to, but I was trying to be sincere then. Okay.
I accept both sincerity and sarcasm, both acceptable. You're fine.
Excellent. Okay. And I didn't ask you. Do you know anything about Speedball?
Ooh, abstractly, I know about him. I've known him to be one of the catalysts of Civil War, pre-cinematic universe. Beyond that, never really read the comics he was in.
Well, that's fair enough. This is starting to Speedball's starting to sound a little bit like Peacemaker, where he was no one for a long time until something else came along. But no worries, we'll keep moving along. Under Laura tonight, and you can translate that any way you want. We have Mr. Jonathan. God damn, I should learn to write. Saunders.
That's it.
Okay.
You didn't say Sanders, so that's good.
Actually, the way I wrote that, it looks like Jonathan Succubus. But anyway. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. What are your recollections or knowledge or bypass of the character of Speedball or Penance?
Well, I was going to say, isn't he a junkie? But then I was like, oh yeah, no, that's the Green Arrow sidekick, Speedy. But yeah, I know that he was. I know that. Again, I'm more of a DC guy, but I know that there was a period where Speedball had a bit of a, I guess, an edgy phase where he became Penance, and really rocked that kind of black leather metal, lots of spike look. There was probably a couple of decades too late since the 90s had come and gone by then. But hey, maybe they explain it more in Civil War.
No worries. Well, thanks for joining us again tonight. Also, we have with us tonight Mike. And once again, I apologize if I get this wrong. Nason?
Nason.
Nason?
Yeah, that's the usual one. Close enough. Better than Mason or Wason. I usually get Mason or something like that.
I don't know why I suddenly got French and made it Nason.
Well, it could be French. I actually don't know. But we'll just go with French.
Okay, cool.
It probably means,
son.
Yeah, it probably means something like son of nose. Nah, son, nays. Who knows? Anyway.
That's clever. I like that.
That conjured up an image.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So what can you tell us about your recollections about the character of Speedball? What do you know about the character?
So my first encounter was reading the New Warriors, early 90s. And he apparently existed in the late 80s as well, but I didn't see him back then until they put him in New Warriors. And that's pretty much about it. I wasn't aware of the Penance thing until I watched a 14-minute YouTube story explaining the whole thing. So now I know everything about the character up until he got his new costume and things. Quite a fascinating story, very tragic, and quite a surprise, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
You'll have to fill us in some more information a bit later, instead of me just sitting here reading the Wikipedia article to everybody. But once again, thank you. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. It's good to see you. Okay. We also have tonight Mr. Hugh McGowan.
Hello.
God, I swear my handwriting is like the scrawlings of a disturbed child. Good to have you here tonight, Hugh.
Thank you for having me.
Nice hat. I'm sure Sis appreciates it.
Sis does appreciate.
Okay. What is your recollection about the character of Speedball?
I only heard about him for this show, and I tried to do some research, and someone said he was in Civil War. So I'm not a Marvel fan, so I'd never read Civil War. I read the whole thing, and I was like, he's not in this much. And so I've read a little bit of his first comics, and that's about it. I haven't touched much of Penance, but yeah.
Okay. I'm detecting a little bit of a theme here tonight. That's all right. Because now we get to Mr. Trivia himself. And where is it? Justin McNamara. Did I get that right, sir?
That's good enough.
That's good enough. Excellent.
It's so good enough, it's exactly nailed it.
Yes, I can use that because it's your name. Okay. Thanks for joining us tonight, mate. So, you usually do really well with this question, and even bring props into it. So, what can you tell us about the character of Speedball?
So, I really dig Speedball, but growing up with Marvel Comics, I was always a fan of the teenager gaining powers and being like the outsider because of their powers. Marvel constantly tried to replicate their success with Spider-Man over the years. They had Richard Rider in A Man Called Nova in the 70s, who was that teenager who became a hero. And Speedball was another one in a long line of that. I think he even premiered in a Spider-Man issue, in a Spider-Man annual or something like that, drawn by Ron Friends.
The Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22, back in January of 1988.
Yeah. And I always really dug the character. I like the power set. It's something really, really different. I think that he was a good addition to the New Warriors, but I'd sort of lost interest in it a little bit by the time they got to all of the Civil War stuff. Heroes fighting each other for 2 years with multiple crossovers sometimes annoys me, and Civil War really bugged me. Even though I appreciate it was like such a catastrophic thing for the Marvel Universe. Although if there's an interesting factoid I know about the character, I love the fact that the character of Penance has something like, I think, 814 spikes on the inside of his costume to represent all of the people who died in the explosion.
Oh, okay.
And so it means that I've got to add 27 to the inside of my underwear to be able to be this like Penance. So I'm working on my superhero thing.
Everybody needs their artistic motivation. Not all of them we can recommend. And of course, sorry, bud.
Other than that, I know nothing about him.
Well, as usual, it's pointless having you on the show, so I'm glad you're here. And of course, let's not forget the man whose plan this whole thing is, the man whose pronouns really should be, I need to take a day off. It's Mr. Sis. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm mostly upright, so we'll take that as a win.
Oh, that's always good. Upright's good. Okay, so you're probably going to ask me what I know. This is going to be really bad because I actually picked the character. I know very little about him. I'm not even sure what his powers are. They're just like balloons or something around him. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Interdimensional balls.
Interdimensional balls. Well, there you go. It's Penance that I know.
Yeah.
Now I don't know his powers, but I know that he had that 612 or whatever it is for every life that was lost in the explosion thing going on, and that's what triggered his powers. His new powers needed to be triggered by pain, so he needed those needles in his suit to trigger his new powers. So that's about all I know, and that he caused he was the main cause for that human bomb guy going off. So
Nitro,
Nitro, that's him.
Nice.
Nuclear
So
Nitro.
Penance's ability is the power of needing therapy.
That's my power.
Sounds good. Okay, well, according to Wikipedia, Robert Robbie Baldwin is a superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. He was created by artist Steve Ditko and writer Tom DeFalco. The character first appearing, as we said earlier, in the Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 22 back in 1988, as Laura would say, a very long time ago. And he was originally known as Speedball, and then after the Civil War story event, he was known as Penance. The character's origin and early exploits as Speedball were depicted soon after in a solo series. After that series was cancelled, he appeared as a member of the superhero team, the New Warriors. Take a breath when you talk, Shannon. In the monthly title of the same name. In the Marvel Comics crossover Civil War, the character changes his name and appearance to Penance. Following this change, he is a member of the Thunderbolts, and as of the first issue of Avengers Academy, he has reverted to Speedball and a modified version of his original costume. Yes, and as everybody said, like his powers seem to be very, very similar to Polka Dot Man from the Suicide Squad, where he can throw multicolored balls around. I don't know if they blow up or eat through people, but he does have that ability. Yeah. Well, as for me, like I do remember reading an article. I can't remember if it was in Wizard magazine or where it was exactly, but it was about characters that overwent unnecessary grim and gritty reboots, and Speedball was one of them. That's where I learnt about like the spiky suit and having the spikes on the inside. I didn't know about he had the same amount of spikes as people he accidentally killed. But I also knew that he was sort of the catalyst for the whole Civil War storyline. And once again, that's about all I've known about him up until tonight. So he looks like, depending on the costume you get, it looks like he's kind of interesting to draw. But he does have that costume aspect, which always kind of baffled me, where he wears a full head cowl, but leaves a hole in the top so his hair can come through.
Oh, it's
So
a very
it's like-
protective cowl anyway.
No, it's like, he doesn't want to like disturb the coif, like to protect his head from people smacking him with like iron pipes and stuff.
It was obviously to match the trends of the era, the late 80s, early 90s, long hair, blonde, I don't know. It was to be fashionable, clearly.
But still very spandex brigade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
The broken skin diver cowl look, where you
That's the
put
one.
it on and it's split over your head and you've gone, oh, I've got to leave it now. I'll just leave it.
I'm late for work.
Well, if he was created in the 80s, maybe all the hair product he had just ate through the top of his mask.
Right.
That's true.
If you think about it, it's pretty difficult to come up with a unique-looking character, so I'm sure that was part of it, Try to make him not look so much like Spider-Man or someone else. Although...
it wasn't designed by Rob Liefeld.
No, that's a good thing. He does remind me a lot of, I think it's Booster Gold from JLA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I wonder if he wasn't even, because sometimes people copy a little bit from other artists and all the rest of it.
I think it's funny that a character that was co-designed by Ditko is so very much like a Spider-Man costume. You know, it's got like the blue is all bare. The other color in the two-color costume is the bit that has all of the detail, and it's far too much detail, just like Spider-Man's web. Like I said, very much those teenage sort of characters, and this looks very much like whoever was the editor-in-chief at the time, which was it Shooter or whoever was after Shooter, has gone, we need another Spider-Man. Let's see what Ditko's doing. Let's see if Ditko's forgiven Stan for everything that was done to him yet, and if he does, come back and design a new costume. And all Ditko did was basically fiddle around with Spider-Man's costume a little bit and come up with something a bit different.
It just looks like he's mixed it with a classic speedster costume.
Yeah.
I think, like all creators, they kind of have like that base character that they start with, or the base design. Like a lot of their costume designs always look a little bit similar. So like that Ditko very had it. If you ever English, Shannon. If you've ever seen Jack Kirby's original designs for Spider-Man, he looked a little bit like Captain America, where he had like the swashbuckler boots and that sort of thing. Thank God, like Stan goes, no, let's give this over to Ditko.
Didn't that happen because Lee wanted him to be more younger and more Lee than knew that Kirby couldn't draw that?
Yeah, Kirby liked drawing very stocky looking characters. And yeah, Lee wanted him very much to be a teenager that looked like everybody would pick on. So yeah, Kirby already had too much to do anyway, so he just said, look, I'll pass this over to somebody else. And so Ditko got the job and did an amazing job. I'm like, yeah, let's get away from Speedball and talk about Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man's costume, yeah, they've done so many updates and tweaks and stuff like that over the years. I mean, yeah, there's the black costume that turned into Venom. There was the Iron Spider. There was that horrible silver armor they did. But they always go back to Spidey's classic suit because it just works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You know, when I was looking up Speedball, he had like numerous different costume designs. People sort of simplifying him. I don't think, I'll be harsh, I don't think this is an iconic suit at all. It's very, very generic.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm currently looking at the original one. So this is probably the Steve Ditko one. So just the blue bodysuit with the boots, the gloves, the belt, and the mask with the hole in the top for his hair, with all the little circles on it.
Way too many circles. Yes.
They did update it several times, and after the whole Penance thing, they brought him back in a new suit, which I felt was meant to remind you of the original, but also show the fact that the character had changed, so it's a darker tone, which says something about his recent past, I guess. I don't know that it's a better costume, but it's an updated one at the very least.
There's a lot. I just brought the image search up on from Google. And, there's a lot of variations.
Right. I've only seen like maybe 5 or something like that. So.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, like most characters don't get that many variations. Unless you're Batman, and then you get 5 variations per issue.
Right.
This is
the different colors counter different powers.
Is this super suit?
What's your powers again? I'm rich.
Who counters Batman if he goes bad? The Justice League. You don't need anything fancy. He's just rich.
Right.
Of all the superpowers you could have, I think that's the one I think I would most appreciate.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think the older you get, it's just like, what superpower do you want? Money. Just if there's a problem, throw money at it.
Well, if you wanted to be a superhero today, you can essentially you can fly around on a little platform. You can shoot lasers. You can do almost everything if you use the technology. So You know, the only thing we don't have yet is the hovering skateboard. You know.
No. Although I am really, really shocked that no one has built like a functioning Goblin glider with drone technology and stuff like that. The technology is out there; they just haven't made it.
Okay, no, they actually have almost.
Really?
Yes, if I believe it was a French company, and it's basically what you're thinking of. It is like a drone, and it's a round circular platform that a guy hovers on. So you know, type that into YouTube at some point. Have you also seen the things that military are using now? That
What, the jetpack or the water thing?
well, it's like a jetpack only it's on your arms.
Yeah.
So they have one on each side. Yeah. So yeah, this French design is literally the Goblin's platform. All you'd have to do is add the wings to the side to make it look right, and it's basically the same thing.
Bringing in the villains first, letting the heroes come in second. I like it.
Okay,
right.
I'm writing down my Christmas list for this year.
It just says that circle thing that the French made. No further context.
Unfortunately, that's all I've got. But
because
if you just type into YouTube hovering platform or something
real
along
world
those
Goblin
lines,
glider.
yeah, it'll come up.
Yeah, after the show, people. After the show.
After the show, yes.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Don't click
But
the link.
they will-
Go away, please.
I think that will,
There's a documentary about that guy, like that jetpack you were talking about, which has the jetpack and has the huge sort of directional hand cannons and stuff like that. I remember Adam Savage flew one of those wearing his Iron Man suit that's actually made out of metal one time.
Right.
But there's a documentary about the guy who came up with that, and it's kind of insane because this guy nearly killed himself so many times trying to build this jet suit because what he wanted to do was fly around the Statue of Liberty with a jetpack.
Right.
Oh.
And he eventually did it, but like his wife, I think she left him at least twice because at one point he set himself on fire. Like he didn't adjust the jetpacks or something like that and burnt most of the skin off of his legs.
Right. Sure.
So
Wow.
it's all he went through all this
very
horrific
superhero
stuff.
of him.
It was. You know, this is
sounds a little-
my superhero origin story. My greatest villain was me.
Right.
And my wife left me multiple times.
Yes, exactly.
It sounds a little bit like the bear suit guy. Have you heard of him? He
yes.
started out. Yes. So he progressed through quite a few different versions of the suit.
Yes.
To the point where I think he thought he could sell it possibly to the military as armor. Although I doubt that ever happened. But
No, because I saw that documentary. First of all, he was an idiot. Second
yeah,
of all,
well,
I've built this suit of armor so I can go fight a bear in the mountains. And most of the prototypes, he couldn't walk on an incline.
Sure.
So you have a suit of armor for the mountains that can't go up the hill.
It's fine. Just get airdropped at the top, and then just
That's right. Yeah.
Roll over
onto
there.
the bear. Onto the bear.
Or you should find the jetpack guy. You know.
Yes, exactly. Combine the two.
Yeah.
And then we would. That'd make a really disappointing Iron Man.
There is a guy.
it's just Mark 1, nothing else.
Yeah, it's not even good enough to be Mark 1. You know, it basically looks like a solid metal version of one of those inflatable wrestling suits with a jetpack
It's
on it.
Mark 1, but in the style of like the original Iron Man, not MCU. Just shitty. No one liked him Iron Man.
It's a tin can, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, it's just like, oh, here comes Iron Man. Oh, shit, call the medic. Is he on fire? He's on fire again. Should we put him out? No, I'm sick of his shit. Just let him burn.
There is a guy who's working on the arc reactor for Iron Man. and you might have seen some of the clips of him destroying his garage a little bit with it, trying to shoot it out of his palms. So,
Oh God.
No,
Yeah,
Oh,
people
so
are trying
he's
all.
trying to get the repulsor rays as well. Is he
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
the arc reactor? He's doing the power thing, or is he doing the repulsor rays?
Both. I've seen both. So there's a whole bunch of crazy people out there who just want to be superheroes, and I guess Iron Man is the closest thing to something real. So why not?
I know, I'm 50 years old now, and like every day I wake up without superpowers is disappointing.
Right. Yeah.
Here.
It's like, like I said, it's like I'm 50. It's like, come on, universe. If this is going to happen, it's going to have to happen soon.
You've still
Well,
got time.
you'll have to volunteer your body for science, so that some crazy scientists can experiment on you, and you never know your luck.
Yeah, but if
know?
I did that, I'd wind up just like, experimenting with different, flavors of Monster drink or something like that. It wouldn't be anything cool.
Well, you've got to
I have
contact the right,
superpowers. Like, I have all the energy of like the sun for 12 seconds.
you've got to contact the right mad scientist, and I would suggest find a German one.
Because they are more efficient. What was that accent?
I
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
What I find really interesting about that jetpack guy, about the jetpack guy, is that he spent his whole life and all of that money trying to take off, and then his wife did, and she did it without the money. So,
Right. There you go.
I don't know. She might have taken the money with her.
Oh dear.
Well done.
That was very good.
I'm here all week.
Yeah, he probably should have put his money into an invisibility cloak. He still made his wife disappear, but still.
Oh God.
They've got that. The Chinese have made a virtual, almost invisibility cloak. I'm sure you've heard of that. Yeah.
Actually, the one guy that most impressed me is there's a guy who's invented a working time machine. It's basically a time fax machine. It works by super accelerating light particles using lasers. They can send information back in time, but they can only send it back to the point where the machine was turned on. You can't send it any further than that. I think it'd be hilarious if they he's got the designs, he's built like a prototype and stuff like that. I think it'd be hilarious if they turned it on for the first time and a message came through straight away which was just, "Dear God, turn it off, turn it off, turn it off."
it sounds like the sequel to Event Horizon.
That was a disappointment.
It's fine.
What, the movie or?
No, yes. Well, I was expecting some amazing science fiction thing when I, got into the cinema and to watch it, and it just turned into a schlock horror kind of a thing.
Yeah, it was
all
basically
that
just
money.
Hellraiser in space, and they'd already done
Yeah,
Hellraiser
pretty
in
much.
space.
Yeah. But oh well.
Maybe
Maybe
that's right.
Interesting
Maybe
little
like-
bit of trivia about Event Horizon. Sam Neill, he didn't want to do an American accent with it, so he insisted on doing his Australian accent in there to have that represented.
Right.
And when they were putting the flags on the suits, he made them change the Australian flag, remove the Union Jack, and put the Aboriginal flag in there.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, I was similar to you, Mike. I actually don't mind the film, but I was expecting The Exorcist in space, and what we got was The Exorcist 2 in space.
Exorcist what?
Still
Exorcist
better than
2.
Leprechaun in space.
I see the. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Did anyone ever see Dracula 3000? Which was like,
Yes.
and the whole thing about that movie, the most memorable part of it is basically that they ran out of budget, so someone's like halfway through the middle of a sentence and the ship just explodes.
Wow.
Well, that's a great
watched
way to
it,
handle
but
it.
That's awesome.
I know
That is going to be
I
my new
watched
way
it,
of
but I
getting out
can't.
of awkward conversations.
Right.
Just
I know
like,
I
"Oh,
watched
I
it,
don't
but I
want to be here
can't
anymore."
remember a thing about it.
Yeah. The sad thing about Dracula
If I-
3000 was that the Dracula 2000 was actually not too bad.
Yeah,
As
actually,
far as
I
Dracula,
like that one. That was actually good. I like the cast.
it had some good explanations of why Dracula didn't like silver and stuff like that, and it was very clever.
It's been a long time since I've seen that. Actually, I don't know
There's
if
a
I've
reason
seen that.
just that
I saw it
gold
at the
matched
cinema.
his skin better. Sorry. I
Rad
take
Art
movies
and Comics has just
seriously.
said
Don't start
just said
apologising now, Laura.
Dracula 3000 had Jason Scott Lee in it. So hot off 10 years of not working after Dragon, he was in Dracula 3000. So yeah,
Jason Scott Lee.
Nice.
And it
Oh
had,
yeah, him. Yeah.
But it had like a huge cast. Like had Johnny Lee Miller, had Max von Sydow, I believe.
oh no, 3000, not 2000. 2000 had a good
2000.
cast. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Sorry.
yeah. 2000 had 7 of 9 in it. From
Yeah,
Star Trek.
Yeah,
that's right.
and I really like her costume designer.
She didn't.
And to anyone over on Instagram watching this, sorry that we keep freezing up. You probably can't even hear me saying this, but thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for trying. Head to YouTube. Because at YouTube you can like, comment, and subscribe. Did I get that right?
You did.
Yeah.
Mm,
Hit that bell for notifications.
that's the one.
Ding dong.
Yeah.
Share the video around. That's always a good thing.
Mm,
Share the pain. I mean the joy. Share the joy.
yeah. Just to be serious for a second, yeah, all of that stuff does help the channel out. It does help comics out. It does help Sis out. It allows, us to have great conversations about Speedball that have nothing to do with Speedball, and allows you to tune in to us being a bunch of people on a Friday night.
Wait, are we
Talk for
being
yourself.
people
I'm not
tonight?
people.
I didn't put on my people face. You should have
So
warned me.
I was trying to come up with a word that wouldn't insult at least someone, and I used people, and that seems to have insulted as many people as I possibly could.
One day
You
we'll
can't
find
win
a
them
word.
all. You shouldn't even try. Anyway. So, does anybody have something comic related? What's everybody working on at the moment? Do we want to talk about that? I'll go around the circle. I'll just quickly ask. If you don't have anything or nothing major to talk about, you can just say pass. That's fine. Ryan, how's your comic stuff going at this point in time?
It is in the works. So
Excellent.
I've
Good
got
answer.
a book titled Mr. Dynamo, and the first issue is due out next year. No date as of yet, but I'm very excited about it.
Is this your first ever book?
It is. It's my debut.
Excellent. Congratulations, mate. I think that's huge.
Thank you.
Travis, how's yourself? How's your comic work going on for you? You got anything coming up?
Can I talk about it now?
You absolutely can, yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, well, I'll show you what I have done.
Please do.
Cool. Show and tell.
Talk amongst yourselves,
So-
ladies and gentlemen.
Talk right away. Anyway, I've recently released a book called Emily Lewis Live 1.
Nice.
Right? Yeah, so it's like the Twilight Zone, but it's with a journalist, and she goes around talking to different individuals who have weird sort of circumstances that they've been going through. Like you have a guy who thinks he's Yowie, and he gets a TV show based off of people's belief in him being a Yowie. You also have a individual by the name of Steele, who lacks humility, and he works in a major airport, and he's stuck with trying to get rid of some Hare Krishnas who are running amok at the airport as well, and that leads throughout the entire comic as well. So a lot of bizarre things happening in this book. But yeah, it's about 24 pages long. and it's in shops. And what I've got currently going at the moment is another book called Dreams of Suburbia, which is basically the main series to this. So this is the experimental version of that book.
Ooh.
And I have a bit of a sneak preview here. See if I can bring up the page.
Can we get Travis full screen so we can show his stuff off? There we go.
Hey.
Oh, it's on his, it's on his phone.
I've got a page here, so I should be able to give you all a sneak peek at this. There you go. So this is page 8. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I research a lot of horror comics, and I look into the EC comics as well. So I play around with the composition a bit, play around with the grayscaling, and work on the sound effects here to make it look like it's actually tributing those books. But it's taken off of that style as well, because I take a huge fascination in those types of things, and especially things like the Twilight Zone, Tales from the Crypt, and all of the stories that involve a lot of fantastical things. So that's what this book basically is. So yeah, I've got it in shops.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So it's just in comic stores and stuff. Is that where people can get themselves a copy of it?
It is in Adelaide, yeah, in Adelaide only. But I'm working on getting it out there in the comics shops soon. So it's just figuring out bits and pieces with Sizzle, and hoping to get mutual feedback and make sure that things go accordingly well with the process. So yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
It's a bit of a learning process for me too, because I'm still starting out.
No, that's fine. I mean, like the best way to learn is just throw yourself off the cliff and build your wings on the way down. So, no, that's great. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's what Ray Bradbury said. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that Ray Bradbury quote, because he's a very awesome guy. I read a lot of his stuff.
Is that where that's from? I've been saying that quote for like many years. I never knew who that came from. So I'm glad I actually know who that came from now. I can't take credit for it anymore. That's all right. No, congratulations, mate. Brilliant.
Thank you, Shannon.
Oh, no worries, Travis. No worries at all, mate. Chris, do you have any new comic art or comic stuff that you want to brag about?
Currently got a comic that's in Kickstarter, written by NS Kane Comics, Your Highness, which is a dark fantasy sort of in the genre of like Game of Thrones or House of Dragon, but with more magic involved. It's based on an old fairy tale called Diamonds and Toads about two sisters who are cursed/blessed. So every time they speak, one sister has diamonds and flowers that fall out of her mouth, and the other sister speaks and snakes and toads and spiders come out of her mouth. It's kind of a continuation of that story, and how what at first appears to be a blessing is actually not so great, and how what appears to be a curse ends up being used as a tool for power. But yeah, it's a really cool comic. It's a graphic novel, so it's pretty chunky, and it's the first of 3. That's in Kickstarter right now, so go support that.
Brilliant. So what's the link to the Kickstarter? What should they be looking for, mate?
I will... Give me 2 seconds, move on to someone else, and I'll send it.
No worries, mate. Hopefully Sizzle will be able to put that up on screen somehow. We will move on to Miss Laura. Laura, do you have anything comic-wise you want to brag about at this moment in time?
Oh gosh, not comic-wise, no. I am still very slowly working on the second installment of my comic. I am more actively working towards finishing a batch of... I make these little like ghost figurines and stuff out of clay. So I'm making a batch of those so that I can actually put them on my store online for once, instead of just having them at fairs and conventions. So keep an eye out for adorable little ghosts.
Do you have an example there you can hold up for us?
Yeah, but it's
okay if you don't. We can do that for next week if you like.
Yeah, it's gonna be in a different room to where I am, so not immediately within reach. No.
That's all right. But they're coming.
I have them. I have them on my phone. Go to the next person. I'll find a photo on my Instagram.
No worries. We'll go to the next person. All right, Jonathan, on to you, sir. Please feel free to brag about what you wish to brag about. Hopefully comics related.
Yes, yeah. So, don't have any finished comics at the moment. But if you go to wildnorthcomics.com, you can look at plenty of. You can look at a comic I have done, which is 0 Point Origins. At the moment, I'm writing the next 0 Point comic book chapter, as well as working on a screenplay at the moment, and another upcoming Wild North comic, which is a bit more kind of a edutainment comic, so looking at the history of the Northern Territory, but that's still like maybe 5 months away. So all I can say is check out wildnorthcomics.com and check out some of the great works we publish there, including my work, 0 Point Origins.
Nice.
And you can see a panel at the back there from it.
I have been admiring your background.
I figured it's a good check. It's nice to change up from that Cityscape one.
Oh yes, the last time we thought we were in Gotham City, that was right.
That's it.
About that. I feel like the immersion was complete. I was completely fooled. And kids, if you're watching this at home, like you're learning that making comics takes a long time. So patience, everybody. Mike, what about yourself, sir? Do you have anything you would like to brag about?
Nothing new to report. Yeah, nothing. People can just go to the Instagram Mike Nason comic art with underscore between each word if they want to see anything. If I have anything new, I'll post it there. But nothing at the moment.
No worries. That's all right. Like I said, sometimes things take a long time. Sometimes they take a bit longer because we just get to a point where the muse hasn't hit us. We're not working on stuff at the moment. There's nothing wrong with that. Hugh, what about yourself, sir? Do you have anything you'd like to brag about? Past, future?
Not particularly. I've got 2 comics in the works. I've sketched it up. But yeah, if people just want to follow my social media, Insta, Tumblr, any of that sort of stuff, I'll post it on there. Yeah,
God, Tumblr.
Something eventually. Don't want to promise things yet.
Oh, no, that's all right. Like as long as you get there in the end, it's fine. Like I said, I recently finished a screenplay that I've been working on since 1999. So, as long as you get there in the end. Yes, as Laura would say a long time ago.
Hey, it's not 30 yet. It's fine.
So, the real question is it a good screenplay? Is it going to be worth the wait?
From what my test readers have told me, yes, they're all very much enjoying it. It's too long at the moment. Right. I've got to shorten it down. It's 146 pages. Like screen formatted, so that's a 146-minute film, and I don't think anybody would actually want to sit down and watch a 146-minute film about a character called Chicken Man. But
hey, watch the Eternals. I'll watch anything.
Eternals should have been a TV series, but I won't go on that.
Did anyone get all the way through Eternals?
Eventually, like 4.5 weeks.
Well done, Shannon. Why?
Yeah. I really appreciated what they attempted. I think it should have been one of their TV series because there's too much information in it. But I kind of like what they attempted. They tried to do something different. Didn't work that great, but yeah.
I didn't have any connection to the original characters, so I didn't have anything to judge it by. I thought it was amusing. I thought it was too long, but I didn't hate it, so that's something.
I was quite the opposite, Mike. I have a very personal attachment to the Eternals because of how much I love Kirby. And so I just sat there shaking my fist and screaming at it the whole time it was on.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
I'm pretty sure that wherever Jack Kirby's buried, they hooked up power batteries to him because he would have been spinning so fast he would have supplied power to New York for about the next 2 centuries.
Wow.
Maybe that was the aim.
There you go.
Yeah, free power, yeah.
Oh, man. And I felt really sorry for the school group that went to the movies at the same time as Justin. Just the loud man in the background, just screaming out, "You ruined my childhood!"
And the kids are yelling out, "You're ruining ours."
I mean, they'd already done it with Inhumans, so it was kind of expected, I guess.
Oh God, Inhumans, that was such a letdown. Anyway,
Well, that's always the problem with all of these properties, is because they have such a long history. There are so many different versions of the characters. Which version do they show on film? Which part of the audience do they choose to please, while they know they're going to have to be disappointing some other part? So
yeah.
It is a tricky thing. I mean, it would be great if they just did the original version for all of the characters with the first movie, and then they can branch off after that to different versions or updated versions. But yeah.
Yeah,
it's
very
a tough
much
one, because I think that the market, like, you look at movies that make billions of dollars in the box office, is because they have broad market appeal. So I think that the market for like a heavily Kirby design inspired Eternals movie is minuscule. So like, they're just not going to spend $200 million to make that movie.
Yeah.
As much as like I would want to see that movie.
Yeah. So and me as well, but the issue still remains that they can depart from the original concept and still make a good movie. And it's my only criteria for whether or not, of course, I accept a movie is, was it actually good? Removing it from its origin point, did it make sense? Was it not too long? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And unfortunately nowadays, it's a 50-50 as to whether or not we'll get a good one.
Yeah.
50-50 is very generous.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
I am being generous, yes. Well, like Alien Romulus, half of that movie was okay, the first half, and then it kind of went weird after that. But I could sit through the first half perfectly fine.
Yeah. I was kind of, that came out, I realized that I was sort of over the whole Alien franchise a little bit.
Sure.
Because it was just like, I'm not interested at all. It's tough. It's really tough to be interested in something that's meant to be a horror character after they've turned it into an action figure.
Sure. Well,
that's kind of my mentality. Like, if you have an action figure based on like a Hollywood monster, it's never going to be scary again. You've got to go back to concept, and there we go. Like Hellraiser, I was specifically thinking about Freddy, but Hellraiser works as well. Is that the female version, Justin?
Yep.
Yeah. I've heard the story about that.
You can.
Oh, Freddy, yep. Freddy crossed with
That's actually the male version in a female clothing.
I love the Jason one that goes with that, because like, it's Pretty Girl, but Jason wears the mask. So, here we go. So what does he do? Yeah, she wears the mask on the top of her head.
I've seen a cosplayer do that, actually. That mask. That costume.
Yeah,
how did it get the mask on?
I'm sorry, somebody was wearing that. You made your way to the mask?
I've got Michael Myers, two Leatherfaces, Pinhead, Chucky, Tiffany, Pennywise, Edward Scissorhands, and the Bride from Kill Bill in those.
Nice.
Wow.
You don't have the creature from the Black Lagoon?
The original McFarlane Monsters figures. When he did it, when he got the license for Freddy and Michael and Jason.
Yeah, I've got some of those around. Yeah.
Yeah. They're packed away in one of those multiple blue tubs I have in the garage.
And I do have the creature from the Black Lagoon, but it's Betty Page taking off the costume.
Oh, nice! I've seen the drawing of that, but that's great.
Right.
Still being painted. Still to be in my pile of to paint.
Right.
Speaking of, Justin, your to-do stuff, you haven't plugged any of your stuff right now. Do you want to brag about anything, or?
So, I've been working on thumbnails for something for a while, and I was talking to a friend the other night, and they said, "What have you been up to?" And I told them, and they said, "Oh, so are you doing a comic about how much you love video games?" And so everything that I've drawn has been thrown out the window temporarily while I'm working on something new.
Welcome to being an artist, folks.
Well, it's interesting. Well, Shawnee says something. The hardest part of arting, having so many cool projects you want to do, but knowing that you'll never have time because they take so long. And that's so true. And I'm finding that so much at the moment. But what I'm doing now is, rather than throwing myself into this, I'm spending the month of October actually digitally painting horror characters that I like, just to sort of. So while I'm going through the labor of writing and doing panel breakdowns and thumbnails and stuff like that, I'm doing stuff like this. So this is Cynthia Morales from the Beyond. I painted this last week.
Cool.
Don't know how well you can see it.
Is that Barbara Crampton?
No, Cynthia Morales. She's the blind girl in the Beyond. Which is an Italian horror movie, but I've been doing.
I'm thinking about a different movie. Sorry.
I did this one of oh shit, I've forgotten his name, but that was
from Rear Window.
From Rear Window. So yeah, so I've just been playing around with digital art at the moment, just doing paintings just for silly reasons. While I'm working on the more labor-intensive, boring stuff. So this is keeping me.
I've been enjoying your Instagram, mate. I've been enjoying that stuff.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, the next one I've got happening is that female pinhead that we were just talking about. I'm actually doing a female pinhead. Which is
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so it's doing that one next.
Nice.
Lovely.
Oh, that's from the remake.
From the new female one, yeah.
I liked that. I thought it wasn't bad.
You know, I was surprised.
I hated the lead girl though.
I wanted her so much to die. It wasn't even funny.
Yeah. But no, I thought that was a good movie. I know that was a really interesting take on the Cenobites.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same.
Sis, like in my usual, way of not letting anybody get a word in edgewise, I completely forgot about comments.
What comics?
Comments. People talking, as in commenting.
Oh, comments. Yeah, well, they're all scrolling below you.
I did see that. I can't, they're blurry, so I can't really see them, but...
Oh, really? When you got a full screen, apparently you can see them easy. I've been randomly remembering to bring up some.
A big thanks to everybody who actually did comment and who is contributing to the show from out there. We're glad you're there. We're glad you're enjoying the show. We really love to hear from everybody, so please continue. Sometimes when other people host the show, you will even take a chance to actually put them up on screen. But Comex is a community. We're trying to build a community. So the community is you guys. It's not just the faces you see here. It's everybody on the other side of the screen. So thank you very much for being part of this. Okay, so how's everybody's artwork going anyway?
Well, I can start bringing up artwork that's come in, or do you want to look at who's here first?
Let's give everybody another minute just to collate and get that final line or two in. If people have sent their fan art in already, Sis, do you want to start showing that, please?
Yes. We have the first one we got in earlier in the week was Rob O'Connor. And I accidentally double-clicked that. There we go.
Nice.
Cool.
That's awesome. Hope the guy hanging out the window.
Yeah, wow.
I like the Batman 56 guy hanging out the window. You know, where
I just realised that. Yeah, that's awesome.
I like how he bounces off the buildings as well, like a pinball. Look at that.
Yeah. No, that's great.
I like the motion. Great.
Yeah, Rob's good.
Yeah,
Okay,
nice
so
one,
next we've got Neil Blandon. He's always got a bit of original style to it.
Oh wow,
That's awesome.
God, that
Yeah,
reminds
yeah.
me of
Wow.
something. I just can't say what. It's got a. There's a little bit of a Yellow Submarine sort of feel to that.
And there's something,
Yeah.
and there's something about Mary as well.
Well, we were talking about hair products earlier.
Thanks for that, Neil.
Nice one, Neil. That's
we got
great.
Davo77, regular to the show. Here's his Speedball.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
And then he did a Penance as well.
Oh, just overachieving there, Dave.
Someone
He always
had to.
does. He always does. And then this has got an interesting story. Someone was like getting ready this afternoon for the show, and so he started drawing his picture a little bit in advance, so he could get through the hour. And then he just kept drawing and kept drawing and kept drawing. And next thing you know, he's sending me this, and that's Ryan Christopher, who's now drawing something else because he already sent this in.
Cool.
There's something very
I haven't
cheesecake
seen
about
that,
that.
right? That's awesome.
Nice one, Ryan.
Thank you.
Great foreshortening too.
It looks like Spider-Man at a photo shoot. I like the pose.
It does, yeah.
And Aaron Greenfield, who I forgot to get his online name, but he did this one.
Nice.
Ooh.
Oh, I love the colours in that.
Pretty cool. But yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Cool.
Is that that's on watercolor
I don't
paper?
know if I
Nice.
Yeah,
was
it
meant to
looks
put
like
this up
that, doesn't
before the show or what, but yes, drink a draw tonight. Thanks, Alex.
All the
So that's
anticipation.
it.
I feel like we're
I
on
don't know if
dialogue
we put it up before the show or what. I don't know. And Dan May drew this one. Another regular to the shows who sends in art.
Wait for it. There it is. Nice.
Oh, is it that slow? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Hence
I'm
the
not taking
dialogue
these
joke.
down
We're just
before you
getting
can
a
see 'em,
strip at a
am I?
time.
Okay, that's good to know that the pictures take so long to load.
Yeah.
So this is Dan May, and we're going to go right to the next one, which is Nick May.
Well, I gotta see this one.
Nick might. Wait for it. Still going. Still
Yeah.
going. There we go. Got it.
Is it like
I love
loading
that it
up? Or
loads
something? Is it like
downwards.
it's doing
Yeah.
that, is it?
Oh, yeah.
It's
No
very
way.
like
It's faxing
Original.
over.
it's very much origins of the internet, just loading like a little bit at a time.
Bringing back the olden days. That's
Hell
right.
no.
I've got a phone here, and I've got a phone piece plugged into the top of it to squeal my internet into you. And the next one is the last one I've been given so far. Oh no, it looks like there's another one, but I'll put this one up first. Justin sent his over to me. And I guess you'll have to wait for it to load.
Yep.
Loading. I'll give
Oh,
it
there we go.
Consistency.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, he's flying through bubbles.
That's so. When I take it down, is it like just loaded, or
No, we got to see.
I don't know when you take it down.
oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take this one down, and
There we
I've
go.
got to press this button, and you guys talk amongst yourselves while I load up the next one,
Wait for
because
it.
this is not easy to load them up, unfortunately. Another thing I'm learning with this software.
New
Or
program.
not talk amongst yourselves,
We're getting
whichever.
through it, ladies and gentlemen.
Has anyone got one to show, like to share?
Yeah, I'm done.
You've got a digital screen going on.
Bold of you to think I'd be anywhere near finished.
I'd be
I am
offended if you. I'd have
Any
a
more
hard
check
time.
my
Check my screen.
Okay, hang on.
Somebody said they were finished. I didn't see a mouth move though. So
That was me. I'm done.
Oh, Ryan, yeah. Could you hold yours up, mate? Stiz, can you full screen that, please, mate?
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. There's so many screens down here.
How do you used to? Oh, down there.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. No, my mouse.
Oh, awesome.
That's cool, Ryan.
Wicked.
Must have gone through a lot of markers. That's really good.
I had to dig out. I wasn't sure how many Sharpies I had that actually had any ink in them, so I had to get out a bunch.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Well
Chris.
done, Ryan.
Oh, sorry. Can we just share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh. I don't know. Can you share my screen?
We believe in you.
It's okay. Isn't it working?
No,
Mm-mm.
Are you serious? It's not working?
no.
Yeah, it's not up.
Hang on.
Oh, hang on. No, sorry. I know what's wrong.
There it is.
Oh, I've got to get
It's the
used to
beach
that.
Yep.
episode.
Oh, I've got to get used to that.
Marvel swimsuit special.
It's all right.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
It's like a puppy. Every day's the first day.
Yeah, I like it, Chris. Well done.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's a Johnny Storm feel to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there is.
Very nice. Well done.
And for my next victim, Laura Smith. You got it in
Oh,
position?
no.
You ready?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Yeah. Go.
Is it good?
Okay, it's going.
Is it good, Laura?
It's fabulous.
Oh, look
There
at
we
that.
Nice.
Of course it is.
Okay, that's reminding me of another character. I can't place it though.
It's look, I'm following the speedster vibes that this version of the outfit gives. So
Actually, it
probably
reminds
Kid
me of
Flash,
Invincible.
but blue. Oh yeah, hey,
Stolen.
I agree.
Knew it all along. Invincible was just Speedball.
Well, it's like Penance
And now
basically
we
just
know.
looks like the lead character from the game Dead Space.
Yeah,
I was thinking that, yeah.
that's too.
Yeah.
I just played the remaster of that again recently. Great game. Scary as hell. No, I'm the only one. Never mind. We got any more art,
Started
Skiz,
it.
or is that it for now?
Yeah, I just sent one through. This is.
Send it through.
Yeah, I just sent it through. Should see it.
Oh, there. Okay.
Oh yes, on Facebook.
Yeah, my messenger's playing up big time. I don't know why, but it's going ridiculously slow.
No, it's probably because you're using it on Chrome.
No, it's its own app.
Oh, never mind then. Yes, that's the one thing about this program that I'm not a fan of, is that it will only let me open it on Chrome, which running.
Yeah,
very
I didn't
slow.
know that before I invested in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all right.
What do you normally use?
I used to use Chrome all the time, but then all of a sudden it just started freezing up and like running extraordinarily slow. So I had to start using Firefox for most stuff, which works better on the PC than it used to on the Mac.
Right.
Yes. I'm a recent convert to using PCs. I couldn't afford a new Mac, so I got myself a brand new PC that runs quite well.
The best things about PCs is you can edit them.
This is true. This is true. Yeah. Oh, you
Did that
can.
music come from me or someone else?
It
It
wasn't
was me.
me.
Sorry,
It was Justin.
it was me. Sorry.
You have our
He
attention.
was able to walk into
Justin.
another room and he had to play his fanfare.
He's like, I'm sick of this show. I'm watching another one. Thanks a lot, Justin.
I've got 3 screens
Okay,
set up
yeah.
here. I've got to do something with the other 2.
It's Jonathan's. Looks like I loaded it twice.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
I love that style.
That's
That's
cool.
great.
Yeah, it made
That's a
me
good joke.
think of that. Yeah, the classic SpongeBob meme.
Oh, is that based on something from SpongeBob?
That's awesome.
Yeah, yes.
Cool.
Take your word for it. Didn't you do a show about SpongeBob? A drink and draw with SpongeBob at one point?
Oh yeah, ages ago. Yep.
Vaguely
And I
remember
got
that.
this other piece of art. I think it's like I missed one from another show. And I should have said this once I'd loaded it, not while I was trying to load it. So now there's all this big waiting while I wait. Let's see if it didn't download. Why can't I speak?
I'm having the
Your
same problem.
internet's still loading your brain.
No.
Yeah, it's on dial-up.
Nothing loads in the brain. There is no brain to load.
Oh no.
It's like error.
Error 404.
From our Crow show, we've got some late Crow art.
Eventually. There it is.
Damn.
God.
Oh, nice.
Eric Draven got resurrected faster than that drawing loaded. That's nice. That's really good.
Now I don't know how to make it.
Who did that?
That was Mike.
That was mine.
That's awesome.
Nice
Mike.
job, mate.
Cool.
The motion in the ink as it sweeps across the page, that's bloody great.
Mm. Yeah, you really actually captured the feel of like the original graphic novel with that. That was, yeah, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That was what I was going for because he had a very. I just really liked his style, so I tried to capture some of it.
Yeah. But then you put like a slight, like you sort of captured his cartoony sort of vibe, but you also put a slightly more realistic tone to it. So yeah, no, I'm very impressed.
Cool. Well, speaking to Mike, we can share his screen now and show you his Speedball.
Yeah, so I have already. Yeah, you should be able to share it. I think.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. I keep forgetting there's two screens.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See if I can make it bigger for you.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it?
Oh, that's good, mate. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome,
really
dude.
So, I
Mike, I
don't
don't think I've ever seen your artwork before, Mike. I'm like, stuff is great. There's a feeling of like Dave Gibbons from Watchmen, but also the original artist that was on Miracle Man.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
these costumes are a little bit similar, actually, but
True.
I tried to capture the scene where he causes the big explosion thing.
Yeah.
That was the idea behind it. But I haven't actually read the comic book, so I'm imagining maybe his costume was all torn to shreds or something.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's made of Mr. Fantastic's
Right.
stable
Oh,
mulligan.
yeah. It is.
Comic
Well,
I
justification.
think the original one, it was part of him, like it was sort of Venom, like Dr.
right.
Manhattan. Like he could change back into his normal clothes.
Right. That's cool.
Oh, wow. I didn't
How
know that.
convenient.
No, that's great.
Cool.
Well, nice stuff. Who
And I think that leaves us just with Hugh. Are you ready for me to share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Hey, what about me?
Who said that? Oh, sorry, Travis.
Yeah.
I'm leaving you to last. Saving yours for last, buddy.
Yeah.
I didn't think we'd heard from everybody. Oh, nice.
Cool.
I like that.
Circles are hard.
Right?
No, they look good. They look really good.
Yeah, they're good.
And again, the foreshortening is really good as well.
Thanks.
And Travis, yours is traditional.
That is correct. I'm just
Cool.
finishing this little bit, and then I'll bring it up.
Yep, I'll just take this down and find you. I do not like the way these screens work.
I've been wondering
All
all
I do is
night
bitch about this new
why
software.
Laura had the Comics Eternal logo in her window.
Just in case.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
We're ready, Travis. Hit us.
Yeah, I'll sign it real quick.
No pressure, dude.
Yeah, of course the signature has to be last. All right, and I'll clean it up and I'll give you a final.
We don't expect anybody to finish in the hour, but we appreciate it if you
Yeah.
Show us what you got, buddy.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
I drew
Full screen.
everybody here tonight. Have a look at that.
Hey.
Hold it up
Cool.
there. Shane is just figuring out how to trying to find the button to full screen him.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right, mate. There we go.
Okay. All right.
Oh, it's a pinball machine.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Oh,
God, dude,
Speedball's
how
coming out of it.
many squeeze in there?
Speedball, nice.
very good.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So yeah, see if we can find everybody.
Nice.
Going on with it. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, I got my witch's hat.
Yeah. A little reference
I wear
to
a witch's.
I
I
was
wear a
gonna say
witch's hat
more-
at every convention.
Yeah. It's a little reference to Elton John's Pinball Wizard, so I popped the wizard hat on you instead.
Right.
Love it.
Cool. Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
That's very good.
I'll get that all linked up
Yeah.
and I'll send it over to you, Sis.
Good
You can get it
stuff.
on the website.
Nice job, mate.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Together. Oh, there we go.
So how are we doing, Sis? Do we need to plug anything or?
No, well, I didn't get my turn, damn it. But I've got so much going on. It's easier just to hop on the comex.net.au site to see what's going on. The shop's on there. The profiles, I've added those back so everyone who registered a profile. If you haven't registered a profile, go on there and there's a little button that says add your apply for your profile or application or something like that. Yeah, and give us the info so I can whack yours on there as well so people can find you and give you some work. And yeah, the whole like, share, subscribe. That's me. Oh yeah, I am trying to write my first comic as well, so that's another interesting thing I'm doing.
Cool.
That's
Good on you,
cool.
Sis.
Well done, mate. No, like I think it was when we were after hours last time, but I had a little bit of a rant. But I'm always impressed and admire the hell out of anybody who just tries, who just makes that choice to sit down and start doing whatever. If you don't finish or if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to, that's fine. But if you're trying and if you're want to do it and you start doing it, congratulations, you're already winning. So, Sis, from the minute you started writing, you are now officially a comic book creator. You're not just a comic book custodian.
Oh, great. I'm going to be more broke now.
Yep.
Welcome. Enjoy it with us.
Yes.
Enjoy
It's
it
warm under the poverty line.
Enjoy while it lasts.
Cool. Well, that's everyone, is it? I haven't forgotten someone. I'm not doing a spedsy.
No one else. No one got missed at all. No one.
In that case, I guess this would be the part of the night where we all say thank you for watching. Thank you for coming in, everyone, and showing us your art. And remember to like and subscribe. That's always a good one. And I guess this is the part where I play the outro video. Let's see if this works.
Not everybody.
That's been our show. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and also head over to comex.net